Man, on that bullshit, we be on that bullshit. Uh,
Check your weapons, check your gear. We're holding for deployment.
If you've ever thought about live streaming your PlayStation 5 gameplay to Twitch and it's usually going to be showing you. In this box, I have the first Blackview Mini, 10 gigabytes of RAM, doing a little digging on the specific chip day. It looks like it's the slim wallet-sized looking device. What else do we have in the box? We get an HDMI cable. I hope with $dollars. That's the next thing that we can do now is head over to streamlabs.com. I put a link in the description below so you can check it out. But this is the software that we're going to be downloading to be able to push our live streams to streaming platforms such as Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Kick. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. I agree. Install. We're going to go ahead and select finish and run this application. So it should launch here in just a second. There we go. Let's go ahead and connect my YouTube account. We're going to need to log in. On this next setup screen, we need to connect the webcam, microphone, and even the capture card that I just showcased to you guys.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I haven't played in forever.
And now for the capture card, get our HDMI cable out first, and we're going to plug it into the HDMI out slot. For the PS5, right now this HDMI cable is going to the monitor, the display, whatever's coming out of the PlayStation 5. But what I'm going to want to do here is actually unplug this, and then plug this HDMI cable into the HDMI out slot, like so. And then take the other end of this cable. We're going to want to plug this into the PlayStation. And next, in order for the capture card to work with the PlayStation 5, HDCP has to be disabled within the console settings. The only other thing that we need is the USB cable, as this will transmit the capture card gameplay signal to our computer. Since I just plugged in all that stuff, it probably doesn't detect that I put all those things in, so I'm just going to skip through all this. And we're just going to start off by making our own custom scene. For this first scene over here, that's just named scene right now, I'm going to right-click, rename that to gameplay, and then within my sources, I'm going to select this plus button, and then we're going to add a video capture device source first. Add source. This is going to be our capture card.
bro, how does this nigga get an AR already?
Add source.
Excuse me?
Here we're going to select the drop down, and then right here you see USB 3.0 video. That's actually the capture card source in this case. So we're going to select that. There's our gameplay. There's no other settings that I really need to change here. We're going to go ahead and select close, and you can see our gameplay right at the top there. Next, let's add our face cam. So we're going to select the plus button again. We're going to go back and add another video capture device source, add source. We're not going to add an existing one. We're going to add a new one, and this one's going to be called face cam. Add source. And then we're going to select the drop down again, and this time we're going to select the Logitech C920 webcam. When we do that, it should turn on. There we are. Select close, and as you can see, that just popped up above my gameplay. Now let's talk about the audio side of this stream setup. What we're going to do is go to our settings. We're going to go to audio. Desktop audio, we have this set to default right now. I actually don't want to have my desktop audio recorded, at least for what we're doing in this video. For our mic auxiliary device, this is where we're going to want to select that USB microphone that we plug into the computer. So that's my Auto, RGB, mic. And then for mic auxiliary 2, for our capture card
Enemy soldier
audio.
incoming.
This one is called Digital Audio Interface USB 3.0. For those of you out there that want to use the Elgato Chatlink cable to pull audio from your controller into the capture card, you can actually do that by just plugging it into the mic input of this device, and the audio will automatically switch from HDMI, which is how the audio is passed over by default from the PlayStation 5 to the capture card to the computer, and it'll switch over to the Chatlink audio so that you can hear the audio from the controller, as well as being able to chat with your teammates and have it recorded in Streamlabs or OBS. Once you're all good with your audio settings, go ahead and select done, and in your mixer here you should see your microphone audio that you added in, as well as your capture card audio. Let's see if this works without any hiccups if we try to record. Here we are in a live gameplay example of the quality using this computer, an under $200 computer for that matter. I'm a little bit psychotic right now. I can see that the game preview that I'm looking at in Streamlabs is not in perfect alignment with what I'm seeing on my monitor. It's not supposed to be, but it should be pretty close, like less than a second off for sure. And I think it's definitely at least a second behind. But this is quite a wonderful time right now to be able to be in the OG Fortnite space while being able to do this video for an example. So hopefully we can not embarrass ourselves completely. One thing I did forget to mention is that we do have some lighting in our face that you guys should definitely have as a part of your stream setup, because if you have no lighting, you're not going to have a very good stream. And my lighting specifically is the UV size in ring light. No, we're not dying today. Not dying today, baby. Now, I know you guys are probably curious on the best settings used to record and stream using this low-budget computer. So what you guys just saw was recorded using the default Streamlabs settings at 720p at a 2500 bit rate using the software encoder. And to be quite honest, the gameplay quality was looking like some straight dog water. Choppy and low quality is just not the vibe you want to go for. So changing the settings to a 5000 bit rate using the hardware QSV encoder option in a 1080p quality, things were looking much better out of the Streamlabs desktop application, as well as OBS Studio after doing a similar test there. Overall, I was impressed with the gameplay capturing performance out of the Blackview computer, especially when using the hardware encoder, as frames weren't skipping and the quality was able to hold itself for a long duration of time. It's important to keep in mind, though, that this was without adding a whole bunch of overlays and graphics over top of the gameplay. Adding those things would definitely end up slowing the computer down substantially, which is why I still recommend to you guys to save up. Put a little bit more money aside each and every month and save up for a quality machine, like something from ASUS or Acer, any sort of decent quality, legitimate gaming computer, something with dedicated graphics in it. I have plenty of recommendations that I have linked in the description below as well. You don't want to invest money into something like this for the long term. Save up, it'll be far more worth it. I appreciate you guys watching through to the end of this video to see how it all turned out.
Hostiles deploy the Mosquito.
Between the eyes.
Got gas moving in. Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile Mosquito is online. Valiant effort. Keep your head up. Return to base for debrief.